here I am discussing about the timber. So let's start with this topic. So basically, timber, the wood which is suitable or fit for engineering constructions or engineering purpose is called timber. Wood, the organic matter obtained from trees is called wood. So lumber, the sawed wood meant for constructions in the form of board is called lumber. Structures of a tree, these are the crown, wall, trunk, and these are branches, twigs. So types of trees. So trees are classified into two groups depending upon growth pattern. Endogenous trees, the tree which grows inwards for longitudinal fibrous mass are called endogenous trees. And second one is the exogenous tree, the tree which grows in outwards across horizontal section of a stem called exogenous trees. So these trees are only fit for engineering constructions. So exogenous trees are again subdivided in two types. Conifers or evergreen, so they give softwood. They have a pointed leaves. Example: devdar, pine, cheer, ale. Deciduous. These have hard roots. These have broad leaves. So example: teak, sal, sesame. So seasoning of timber. As a fresh timber which is obtained from trees contains about 30 to 40% moisture. This shape is very harmful for the life of a timber. So therefore it is necessary to remove this shape by applying some special methods. All those methods which are used for removing the step, timbers are collectively termed as seasoning of timber. So advantages of seasoning timber: it has reduced weight, it is strong and durable, it has resistance to decay, it takes high polish, it is easier to work, its life is more. So types of timber seasoning: natural seasoning, artificial seasoning, clean seasoning, chemical seasoning, electrical seasoning, water seasoning. So first one, natural seasoning. So in the air seasoning or natural seasoning, natural drying seasoning of timber is done by direct actions of air. So is in this method, the timber blocks are arranged one over the over, keeping some spaces of distance between them or circulations of fresh air. So this is a very slow process. In this figure, natural seasoning are showing. Artificial seasoning, clean seasoning, chemical and electric seasoning. These are the types of artificial seasoning. So clean seasoning timber is placed in chamber with some special heating arrangements. So in this process, one thing should be kept in mind that a heating system should be under control. Otherwise, timber will be cracked. So the time required for seasoning is 33 to 12 days. So this is a quick process. This is a clean seasoning. So second one is chemical seasoning. In chemical seasoning, carbon dioxide, ammonium carbonate, urea are used as the agent of seasoning. So those are applied in dry states. Intersurface of timber dries first, then outer side. So this ensures uniform seasoning. The time required for 30 to 40 days. Electric seasoning. So in this method, electric current is passed through the timber logs. The time required for this seasoning is 0 to 8 hours. So this figure showing electric seasoning. Third one, water seasoning. So in water seasoning, timber logs are kept immersed whole in the flowing water. The shape present in timber is washed away. So after that, logs are taken out from water and are kept in open air. So water present in timber would be dried by air. So time required for this type of seasoning is 2 to 4 weeks. Uses of timber. Timber is used in building constructions, constructions of houseboats, constructions of beams, constructions of rafters, construction of bridges, construction of piles, poles, and railway sleepers. For furniture making, for light packing case, for high packing case, machinery, and similar stores. For manufacturing of agriculture implementations, for making toys for manufacturing of veneers and plywoods. Veneers. Thin sheet of uniform thickness of wood is called veneer. Plywood. Veneers used to making a plywood are known as a piles, and plywood is made by gluing together piles in odd numbers. So gluing is done under pressure. So most common defects in timber are heart shakes, star shakes, cup shakes, radial shakes, rind galls, wine cracks, knots, deadwood, heart shakes. These are splits occurring in the center of the trees and running from the pith innermost part to the wards and save wood from the medullary. So in some timbers, these splits are hardly visible, and some timbers these are quite permanent. These are this figure showing heart shakes. So medullary rays. These are thin horizontal veins radiating from the pith towards bark. These carry shapes from the outer side to inner side. Second one, star shakes. These are the splits which radiate from the center of the timber from the bark, running in the planes of medullary rays. Showing cup shapes. These are the curved splits which separate the whole part of one annual ring from another. This figure showing cup shapes. So fourth one is radial shakes. These are similar to the star shakes occur in pale timber when exposed to the sun during seasoning. Radial shakes are generally irregular, fine, numerous. Radial shakes. These are showing. Galls. These are typical in large swelling and occur due to branches cut off. In galls. Wind cracks. These are sacks or splits onto the sides of a bark of timber due to the shrinkage of exterior surface exposed to atmospheric influences. This figure is showing wind cracks. So knots. These are the roots of the small branches of the trees. These are not harmful. So in this figure, two knots are showing. So deadwood, it is a deficient in strength and weight is the result of trees being felled after maturity. Deadwood. So deterioration of a timber, yeah, decay of timber. So there are so many agencies which may cause decay of timber, but there are three main harmful agencies which cause timber decay. First, decay. We can say a rot. Like decay or rot of timber is the result of the activity of various bacteria and fungi which utilize various portions of timber as a food. They require both oxygen and excess moisture. Hence, timber having moisture content below 25% will not rot easily. So second one, insects. So there are so many insects which attack the wood. Out of them, termites, white ants are the main sick insects which are very dangerous for timber. Termites of one class live underground and eat wood and form tubes of tunnel inside it. Third one is fire. Fire is also the damaging factor for timber as timber has tendency to burn, so fire can damage it easily. Preservations of timber. Timber preservative. There are three main classes of timber preservative. All substances insoluble in water, water soluble salts. So all substances insoluble in water, coal tar oil is the best known and widely used preservative material of this class. So it is obtained doing the destructive distillations of a bituminous is called. It is available in many grades and types. It has high degree of penetration. It has highly toxic effect to food destroying fungi. Second, water soluble salt. Zinc chloride is the most extensively used preservative of this type. So it is clean and odorless. Special paints to save timber from fire. Following paints are used to save timber from fire: diammonium phosphate, monoammonium phosphate, monomagnesium phosphate, and phosphoric acid. So methods of applying preservatives. So before applying preservatives, the timber should be completely seasoned. There are some important methods of applying timber preservative which are given below: painting and dipping method, pressure process or full cell process, empty cell process. So first one is painting and dipping method. So this is the most common method in which the preservative material is applied by the means of a brush several times. So timber is also immersed in a tank full of liquid. In both types of penetration hardly exceed the duration of immersion and temperature of solution increase the penetration rate. So second means pressure process of full cell process. In this process, the timber is placed in an airtight chamber from which air is withdrawn by creating a vacuum. So the cells are full emptied to receive preservative material. After that, preservative material is pumped under pressure of 100 to 200 Pascal and at a temperature of 120 Fahrenheit. So as the timber contains required quantity of preservative, a low vacuum is maintained to remove excess preservative. Such a timber is generally used in case of piles in salt water and railway sleepers. Third one is empty cell process. So this method is similar to the full cell process, but initially vacuum is not to be maintained. So no attempt is to made to remove the air from cells. Thank you.